What a beautiful day. This is just beautiful. So this is Cabrillo Beach right here. And you're looking at the biggest breakwall for any harbor in the entire world. This breakwall, breakwater, breakwall, whatever it's called, is 9 miles long. I'm not sure if it includes the opening, but that's pretty impressive. And now right up the way, this is Long Beach Harbor. Really big harbor for taking a lot of produce from China and overseas, right? But the biggest man-made harbor in the world is just right up the coast. Marina Del Rey. How you doing? Good morning.
Good. Hey,
Good. Great. You got a good tan.
Giving a little speech there?
Yeah.
All right.
So, look, you got like one boat going out, which is kind of what I want to talk about today. What is good about this situation we're going through? And I know I've basically mentioned some of the good in previous videos, but you know, it's been going on a long time, and I think we need reminders. So one thing that I think is really good is just how pleasant everyone is, right? So I mean, I think one of the most important things that I'm able to deem from scripture is how important it is to treat others well, regardless of status or class, rich or poor, ethnicity. You know, I was watching a movie made in 1993 last night, and you know, they were allowed to say more inappropriate things about other ethnic groups back then, I guess, because like this couple was just Christian Slater and this female actress Arquette. They're falling in love and whatever, out of their first meeting, getting to know each other, and he asks her, what do you hate? And she says, Persians. I was like, oh my God, you know? So it's funny when you watch some of these old movies, what people are able to get away with. Even when you watch commercials, you can tell, oh, that's pre-COVID-19, you know, because of how they're acting in the commercial. But I just wanted to, you know, comment on that. And then also other things like, you know, my heart goes out to people that are just, their income is just really maybe cut in half, and they're doing the same amount of work. For instance, waitresses. Every now and then, I mean, at least once a week, I love to get a good breakfast at a diner. So there's this cute little old-fashioned diner that's been around forever right down the street here, Pacific Diner. And, you know, I go there once a week, and the waitress walks the food out to my car. And I make a point of trying to still tip the same that I would have tipped if we sat down in that restaurant. You know, because my money situation isn't greatly hampered right now. It's actually better than usual because I'm getting the same pay, but I'm not spending all that gas money driving to work. And just all the things that come with living a more active, I mean, on the weekends you're going out more, and so I'm actually, you know, able to save a little bit of money during this time. And so why not share some of that with these other people that are really hurting? And I mean, that's huge. I see other people do that. Or just going to maybe your favorite bakery down the street and buying a loaf of bread, even when you really don't need one. You know, so I love that term, shake up to wake up. And I think it is getting us to focus a little bit more on interpersonal relationships, how we deal with strangers, how we deal with waitresses or whatever. So all of that's good. Obviously, self-reflection. I mean, how often do we really get time to self-reflect about our normal habits, our normal routines, or just I mean, so often I would just go through like the work week and just like kind of get to the weekend and be like, wow, that was a storm. You know, I didn't really have time to scratch my head or contemplate anything. It's just, you know, do, work, you know, responsibility. So that's good too. I mean, look at the lack of boats. I mean, as a little kid, my dad had a sailboat, and I remember like literally being probably somewhere around 5 or 6 or 7, maybe as old as 8. And the sailboat had the engine idling as it was in the dock, and out of the engine there's like exhaust that comes out, and oil was floating all around the surface of the water around that engine, maybe like a 3 or 4 foot radius. And I remember asking my dad, you know, this is terrible, what's going on here? And he said, oh no, that's normal, you know, it's just a little bit of oil discharge from the engine. I'm saying, but you know, that can't be healthy for the fish or the ocean in general. And you know, just an adult's approach, well, it gets dealt with. It's not that much, it's not a big deal. But I mean, think about these huge tankers. And then I had a friend that had a motorboat, and we'd go over to Catalina, and I would see how much gasoline it would take to get there and to get back. So think about these huge tankers coming and going all day long, how much filth they just put into the water. So that's all gone. The environment is just so much healthier. But so there's a lot of good going on in the situation. Leave a comment. Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
There you go. Beautiful day.
Yeah. Okay, so a pedestrian was coming up, and I kind of wanted to, I don't know, I get self-conscious trying to have one-on-one with the camera when, you know, a stranger's looking at you going, what the heck are you doing? Especially these guys, this guy was in his 70s, you know, they were just like, you know, this thought of, you know, talking to a camera is a little bit strange to them, more so than most people. But I'm sure you guys could think of some other positive things to come out of this. I mean, I don't want to mention not even one single negative, because we're getting that all day. So I just want to think about what's good. I just really appreciate how nice everyone is being to each other. You know, that really is something to focus on during this difficult time. So on that note, let's get back on the motorcycle and just enjoy some rubber on the road. But I'll give you guys one more view of just how nice and calm everything is. You know, it's a weekday, and you got almost no action going on. I wonder how much the animals are noticing the decrease in noise and traffic and pollution. You know, but all animals just live in the moment. So every day they just wake up, hey, it's a nice day. Don't really know where I'm going, what I'm doing. Just had to get out. I did get some frustrating news right now that kind of motivated this. Anyways, what is good? What is good? random note on how cool these really old houses are. They're everywhere. Really cool old houses. I love them. Like you got two really good ones right here. This far setback one has a Harley. This guy has a Harley. And these houses are really affordable. Right by the ocean, big, beautiful old houses that are affordable. You know, there's one more good thing I forgot to mention. And I know most of you guys know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm talking about. That's the obviously less traffic on the roads. Us motorcyclists just love that. Oh, and I even got one more good thing. You guys, look at this, man. This is just beautiful. Now, you see those kelp beds? Anytime I see kelp beds like that, I just dream about spearfishing some big calico bass. I went through like a 12-year period where I was free diving and scuba diving and spearfishing so often that my family members became reliant upon those big fillets of pure white bass that I was giving them and invitations to barbecues, sometimes with halibut and barracuda. Man, it was fun. It almost seems unfair because you see how hard the fishermen have to work to get fish, but it gets pretty hard to get anything that's sizable because the bigger those fish are, boy, they're much smarter. Every inch they grow, they're so much smarter on how to avoid those spear fishermen. But oh, another part of good news, you guys, is tomorrow the trails open up, May 8th. And I'm even thinking about just going to one of my favorite trails. It's like an hour away with some backpacking gear and spending the night. Anyways, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I see it now, seeing that they're opening up some of these trails. You know, but it's fluid. Everything has to be flexible because they could start opening up some of this stuff. Numbers spike, bam, they shut everything down again. So we have to just roll with the punches. But what is good? I think that's a good question to just keep asking ourselves. What is good? Oh, a little chipmunk. He's having a good day. Anyways, you guys, talk to you later.